Alright, so for the Knaggs tribute, now that this is sealed off with True Oil, I've got the exposed quilted maple top. I wish I would have sanded it with my drum sander. I've got a little bit of tear out that's going to make the coloring seep in a little bit differently. But lesson learned on my part. We're going to do a darker blue, turquoise center, and see if we could do a standard sort of burst. But this looks like a shark fin. And so if you look at some of the shark fin pictures online, it's sort of a faded darker and then lighter in the center. That's what I was thinking, because that's exactly what this looks like. And I don't want it to look too cheesy. But that's sort of the vibe we're going for. I don't know. We'll see. Let's start with some turquoise. We'll apply that here across the whole top. See what it looks like. And notice as I'm doing this, I am doing this to the side. I don't want to get any drips. It's going to cause some huge problems. So we'll apply this on. You can see that's where I've got a little bit of tear out. A little bit of tear out up there. I may do this, get this video posted, and then sand it all off and start over. We'll see. Be very careful as I'm taking the color out. Wanted to get it to seep in, but not to the other side, but we can't leave any marks. And I always like to put 2 coats on. This is quilted maple. It's a 1-piece. This really isn't popping all that well. It's one of those tops that is, I play more with color, I'll get it to look better. Needs more color. Some sanding back and it should look pretty good. If I had used glue for the binding, I thought it would seep in too much on the side here and would have caused problems than trying to put the color in. So using the acetone to get it to melt in, getting a pretty decent look on the side here now that I've gone around twice. It's actually looking pretty cool. Not so concerned about the tear out. May actually leave it. It's got an interesting look. So then we'll come back with navy blue, dark blue on the outer. Taking the color a little bit further in this time. We'll come back with some light blue. And then we'll wash this together. Come back with turquoise. That navy blue looks way too purple. And then now wiping it with the turquoise definitely gives me a much better blue. Pull some of that color around. Much happier with this look now. That's actually pretty close to perfect for what I'm looking for. Turn the rag there. Just a lot of back and forth here, guys. No tricks in this one. That multi-layering of coloring really helped pull out some of the figure. This looks a lot better than before. When you don't have a really heavily figured top, adding more colors always gets it to pop slightly different. I got some scratches here from the razor blade. I'll actually have to come back and sand a little bit of this yet. So I can tell most of the color is being absorbed here. Not much more I can do. That's looking pretty cool. We'll let this sit, let it dry, come back, sand it with some 600. Get some of those scratches out. We'll apply turquoise once more. We'll be pretty close. So after sanding back here, I really like the lighter color. So I'm going to take my turquoise rag and just get it wet with the neutral. We're just going to wipe this in. And use whatever color we have on the rag already to move the coloring around. Can't use a lot of neutral because sometimes it gets a little splotchy, but you just want to get it wet. But this is how you move the colors around. Do the same thing with the navy. I just want to feather the edge to get it to darken up slightly. So we got neutral and navy. It's a little wet. And we'll do the same thing with the light blue. Just get a little bit wet. We'll just blend in the colors. I've got one stinking scratch right there that I'll have to sand out still. But this is the turquoise. And we'll just wash this all in. Just want to darken up the edge once more. Turquoise rag once more. Bring all the colors together. We'll let this dry, and then we'll come back and fix it. There's like maybe a little scratch there, a little there. I think I'll just come back with 320 and 800 and clean that up. But that's actually looking pretty good. I love this look, really neat idea. And even where I've got some of the tear out, the coloring looks pretty cool. Just looks different. Scratch pisses me off. Love how it's a little bit darker. That's neat. So we'll get some 600 grit sandpaper, sand this out in that scratched area. There's actually about 3 scratches I'm trying to get out here. So we'll get the hand sander, clean it out. Try and leave the coloring the same up above. Vacuum it all up. And then again, wet the rag with the neutral. Let this sit for 24 hours. Let the colors dry out. And we come back with some steel wool. Fine grade steel wool here. And we will take out that top bit of color that's on the top. Expose some of the wood grain. And then of course that fine line tape didn't work all that well. So I've actually got to come back and scrape the white part of the binding clean. So I've got a razor blade, actually a utility knife blade, because I get a little bit more sticking out, and then I'll go through and clean this up here. Once it's all vacuumed up, we'll take this outside and put about 3 coats of pre-catalyzed sanding sealer on from Mohawk. This will help lock in the color before I put 4 coats of True Oil on. And you can already see just with my GoPro camera and basic garage lighting, this looks outstanding. Get an even coat. Had a little bit of problem with the sides. Like I said in the earlier video, added some sanding sealer. This wood really soaked up the grain. After the 4 coats, the color changing as you moved through the light was really neat. So I took this slow-mo video just to show you the different views of the coloring and how the figure sort of jumps. Really neat look. And then I took these outside during an overcast day just to show you the different coloring. And the darker wood, the basswood, torrefied back, and then the quilted maple with the binding and the blue is really an outstanding color combination. Probably one of my better color combos that I've done. I think if I had done a purple, this would have looked pretty good as well. Didn't need to go with the traditional look, but really happy with this look. I think I'm actually going to complete this one and put this up for sale. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.